Hi everyone, and welcome to the next week of Roxy's Journal of Stitchery, Volume 7. So tonight what I'm going to do is I'm going to stitch down my vase and my flower, and I think I might even start thread painting it. So what I've done, just to explain, I've cut a piece of calico, just same shape as the vase but just a little bit smaller. And because the reason I've done that is because this white fabric is very see-through and you could see the other patterns behind it. So I felt like if I put a piece of calico behind, it's going to look better. So I'm going to start down the bottom. Needle turn applique, for any beginners out there, is just where you tuck under the edge so you have a neat edge. What I've done on the sides, because it's got a curved edge, I've actually done little snips. And it means that when you turn under your fabric, you'll turn it under a bit at a time and it makes the curve a lot neater. So I've snipped along there, and down there. But the bottom edge is fairly straight, reasonably straight, so I've just left it as is. So I'm going to stitch down this first part. So I want to just I'm just going to bring my needle under here so we can't see it. See the knot, that is. And with needle turn, I'm just using a white cotton like this. You could use, actually this one would be good. This one would have been, I'm going to switch. That one's better because it's very fine and you won't see it. And in fact, the person who told me about this, the purpose that they said they used it for was the needle turn applique. So let's use this instead. It's finer. It's called the Bottom Line Superior Threads. Bobbin Quilting Applique. There you go. It's for applique. It's a polyester thread. Yep. Okay, so it usually is easy to thread your needle because it is so fine. The other thread I would use for needle turn applique is this one, the silk thread. Probably not this color. I have some lighter colors. I use this for the beading and the needle turn applique. So for example, that's a purple one. I have other colors as well. Well, I did have that threaded and I dropped it. It is a really fine thread, so what you can do, what I tend to do, is just, because my needle will slip off easily, I just do a little 2 knots. And it's so fine, it pulls through super easy, it's not a problem. And now my thread won't come unthreaded. Okay, so let's get my knot ready. I'm wrapping a few times because it is fine. Okay, what you can use, let me see what I've got in front of me. These little clover pins, applique pins. And I'll have to find where mine are. I do have a whole heap of them. I only have 2 in this pin cushion in front of me. But what you can do, turn down your little edge and then just pin it. I might just pin with the 2 that I have. There we go. So that's going to stay in place. Now, I'm going to bring my knot under here and come out through the edge. Okay, very fine knot. I just pulled it straight through. Just be careful not to pull it through this time. There we go, I pulled it too tight. Okay, so it's just here. It might be hard to see, but it's just on the edge. And all you do, and to be honest, I don't even need to go through all the layers. I just need to capture a little bit of the fabric underneath, which is the tablecloth. Okay, and I just do a little tiny stitch on the edge and then I move forward about half a centimetre. Once you get this going, it doesn't take too long. I'm just going to show you a little bit because I will move off camera to do it. And when I'm ready to put my flower, I'm going to position it where I want it and stitch it down. I'm thinking I want it kind of going out to the side. And that will be down like that. So that will be good. I'm just going to pin that there. I'm probably off camera here. Sorry guys, but my piece is big. I'm just pinning my flower in place. Actually, I want it a little bit more up. I'm just pinning my flower in place because before I needle turn the top part, I do need to stitch this down. And if I don't pin it in place now, I might forget to add it. And then I've got that extra leaf, but I'm going to add that later. Okay. So needle turn applique. Applique is another way of saying it. So I had a great day yesterday. Our friend Vicky and I, we went to do an Amy Jones embroidery class, which was fun. That's my third Amy Jones class I've done. And it was like a coral reef embroidery in a little hoop. I've been working on it quite a bit today when I really should have been working on this piece because I'm very behind. But, you know, once you've done a class, you're kind of motivated to get it done. And, yeah, Vic had a great time too. She really enjoyed it at the lovely, the Made By Me workshop, which is run by lovely Rebecca. And we had a super fun time. So when I've done a bit more progress on that, I'll probably put a photo on Instagram. But it was fun. Most of the stitches I knew how to do, but it was just Amy's good ideas. I'd forgotten how to do the woven picot stitch. I think that's how you say it. Sue Spider originally taught me that one. And it was just Amy's great ideas. She has different ideas of using the embroidery stitches and the shapes that she makes. So that was lots of fun yesterday. And I know that there's a big group of ladies down at the Ballarat retreat with Susanna and Corinne's there and Dawn's there, and there'll be others as well. So I bet they're having a great time. I think, did that start today or does that start tomorrow? I'm not sure. But anyway, I'm sure they'll have a great time. All right, I'm going to jump off camera. So all I will keep doing is just turning under my vase and stitching it down as I go. So I'm going to jump off camera to do that. And then I'll come back when that's all stitched down. And also up here, my flower, that will be stitched down as well. And then I'm going to come and I think I'll start some thread painting. All right, I'll be back soon. So everything's appliqued down. And now I'm going to work on my flower and do some thread painting. So I want to brighten up my flower because this is too dull for my piece. My piece is very bright. So what I'm thinking of is using this pale pink colour for where the white is. This mixed pale pink and bright pink and a bit of yellow where the lighter grey is. Some of this for where I'm thinking maybe the darker grey. And then I'll work out another pink. I might do another pink for the little patches of pink. This one is going to be for the blue bits. There's little bits of purple in there. And then I need something for the brown. I haven't found what I'm going to use for the brown yet. So all variegated 4-ply. This one might be a bit thicker actually. Not sure. So anyway, let's start with this. Let's start with the thread that I've got open. This one. Okay, so I'll get a strand. So what I still like to use my milliner's needle, but chenille needle is probably normally what most people use. And with thread painting, it's pretty much just long and short straight stitches, very simple. The tip to make it look good, obviously I'm going to be following the colours on the fabric, but you need to stitch in the direction of the petal. So for example, this petal is going on that angle, like from there to there. I wouldn't stitch it sideways because that wouldn't look right. And over here, you'd be stitching back and forth on that angle. This one would actually then go side to side. These ones start out and start to come down. And try and, you can completely change the colour of the fabric, but try and have lots of different colours that you can match with all the different, so let's count with all the different colours here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, we've got the bits of black, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'd say 9 different colours in this. So we're going to see how it looks. This one I was going to do the darker grey bits. So I'll just start with a bit up here, chunky bit. What I might do tonight is just stitch one petal, show you how to do it, and then we've still got one more week on this prompt, so the goal will be to get it done by next week. And same with the leaf and the stem. I'll be brightening that up, having a much nicer, brighter green. Okay, so I've done a long stitch. Now, if I did all my stitches from bottom to top, and gradually making it higher, it's just going to look like satin stitch. So I do a shorter one. Okay, I've got quite a long piece of wool. And then I might take it to the top. And I don't want to go into the exact same hole where I brought the last stitch out, but I'll go a little bit longer. And then this time I'll bring this one up higher. Don't do it exactly next to where the other one is. Now you can thread paint in stranded cotton, works really well. You can go down as small as 1 strand, but up to the full 6 if you like the chunky look. I wouldn't use perlé. I mean, you could use perlé for bits, but perlé all over probably wouldn't look as good. You can use bits of silk thread. You can actually mix your threads. So, you know, you might do some with the wool and then some with stranded cotton. Just a little. And we're going to get some nice variegation because of the style of the threads. They're all sort of hand-dyed threads. And then the pink one is actually a little bit more consistent, which will be good. Oops, just knocked a cotton off. Got to get that one because Alfie likes chewing the wooden spools and I don't want him doing that with all my nice cottons. Okay, so you can see the variegation in colour coming through. A little bit of grey up there, darker grey. Let's do a little stitch there where I can see some darker grey. Actually, I might want to get a bit of blue, nicer blue in there. Like that one's quite good. Or this one. This one would work as well. That one actually would be quite nice. And then I'm going to have to use that purpley one somewhere else because I like that one. And maybe I don't want all my wools to be variegated. Some of them more straightforward and just a plain colour. Now, thread painting is not a quick process. It takes ages. But the effect is really good. It's worth doing. Still just trying to cover the dark grey. Starts back down here. Okay, I might pop off the camera until I'm ready for my next colour. Okay, so let's pop it off and then I'll come back when I'm ready for the next colour. Okay, so I've done a few colours in there and then I found a nice lighter thread with little bits of pink. And I'm going to fill in the leaf. It doesn't matter that I haven't done all of the grey. I think I've got enough colour in here. And the bright pink I've done where the pink bits are. Okay, so let's see how this lighter one goes at filling in. And thread painting always goes through an ugly stage. So don't stress if you don't think it's looking good. Eventually it does come together. I'm on a bit of a funny angle there. Let me get it straighter. So with this, I'm actually going to come up to the line of the leaf. I'm just going to put this in so I can see where that line's going to. This is the one point where I would want all my stitches ending up on the edge of the leaf, just to give the edge of the leaf some definition. So still adding in different length stitches. Okay, so what I'll do is, again, I'm going to turn off the camera, finish off this petal, and then I'll come back and show you. Okay. So here we go, first petal's done. It will all come together. Hopefully it's going to be very colourful, but you'll see there's places like here where you're going to get more of the pale colour. And then other places where there's going to be more of the pink. And then adding in the blues. I need to see if I've got a brownie colour. I feel like I have one somewhere. Otherwise I'll use something like Appleton wool. Actually, Appleton wool would work well. This kind of thing. But brown, I've got that. So that is what this flower is going to be. Thread painted. I hope you get some ideas out of the different things that we're doing to help you on your journey with your project. So I'm just going to zoom out just a little bit. My messy edge of the table. So here we have the flower, and that will be bright green, and then my chinoiserie style ginger jar. Okay, thank you for watching, and I'll see you again next week. Bye.